Oh yeah! It's finally time. It's been so many months to play Sonic Heroes, and we're moving on to the next 3D Sonic game, Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm playing this on the Xbox version, to be precise, which is actually why I've had some trouble recording it. But hopefully this will work out fine, and I mean, got some nice quality to it. I actually really like this intro, it's gorgeous. Sonic Heroes had a really ugly CGI. They just kind of stepped in and was like, okay, so we actually put a budget down this time. It looks good. So this is a very different game from other Sonic games. It has gun combat and multiple endings and a bunch of other odd stuff. And of course, you play as Shadow, which is obviously one of the biggest changes. That's what I like this game. It's not great, and it's certainly not flawless, but I think it gets quite a bad rap when it doesn't deserve it at times. I mean, it's unbelievably edgy, but that's part of its charm. But it actually has some genuine good gameplay design choices to it, and we'll go over those as we get through. I'm just watching. I want to watch through this opening first. It's pretty cool. Here we see the different sides. So we saw the black aliens, we saw the GGN, an Eggman, and of course Sonic and friends are the 4 different factions, which depending on the stage are either hero side or dark side. We'll continue with the hero and dark from Sonic Adventure 2. And there we go. Shadow flying, which you can't do in the game. You can do a case control, but you can't fly. Yeah, good intro. Good intro. There we go, press start. So I'm playing this on, like I said, Xbox, and it's not the best version. The best version is the GameCube version, but I can't record off of a Wii or a GameCube, so this is the best option I have. I'm playing it on the 360. So we're going to be starting a new story here, and it's going to be interesting. So one different thing about Shadow the Hedgehog compared to other Sonic games, like I mentioned, is the multiple endings. There are 10 different endings, and then an 11th true ending. And you need to get all 10 endings to get the 11th true ending. Which means that the main game is shorter, but you can play it through different ways.
Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember. That gruesome image.
So yeah, like in Sonic Heroes, we learned that Shadow has lost his memory after either being turned into a robot, or being cloned, or somehow being saved from Sonic 2. But he remembers the death of Maria.
Who is this Maria?
Vaguely. You know, when you're contemplating life and an invading alien force happens, that's just your average day for Shadow. Note the fact that he still hasn't reacted to this happening. I mean, he looked up in the sky, but it's like, okay, yeah, well, that's a cloud.
Look how pathetic they are. I don't have time for these humans.
That's amazing. So there's Black Doom.
The day of reckoning will soon be here. Find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me as promised.
Who are you, and how do you know I'm Shadow? And what are you talking about?
Yeah, so this is where the retcons start. Shadow's... almost everything to Shadow's backstory is retcon in this game.
He says he knows the truth about who I am.
They actually... well, they don't really retcon as much as they just add pointless details. So in Sonic Adventure 2 we learned that Shadow was created by Professor Gerald and was Maria's friend before Maria got killed, and he tried to enact revenge on the human race for the death of Maria, pretty much. If you read more into it by reading the Japanese websites and manuals and stuff like that, you also know that Shadow was created because Maria had an illness, and he was basically a walking antidote. That's why he was always by Maria. Don't worry, this game won't even mention the antidote thing, even though that's a core part of it. Here we go, launching right into action.
Time to go and fulfill.
Should mention that you can't skip cutscenes unless you've seen the ones. I mean, I wasn't going to skip them, but it's worth mentioning that you can't skip them the first time around for some reason. So, here's the partner system. Every stage has 2 partner characters, and this one is Sonic. If I had a second controller, they could actually control Sonic. But he's going to walk around and technically be helping me out, but that will barely be noticeable.
Hey, he's on our side. Nice job, Shadow.
Yeah, like he goes like, oh yeah, good work when you attack the aliens or Eggman's robots, depending on the stage. And he gets upset when you attack the GUN soldiers. And now I have a gun. It's a regular handgun.
What the heck is HQ doing? Hey, Shadow, that's one of the Chaos Emeralds. Stop! With that Chaos Emerald, you can unlock unlimited power.
And there's Doom's Eye. So, now we can talk about the actual alignment thing. If we pause the game, we have 3 missions. We have Annihilate the GUN Force, which is the Dark Side mission.
There should be a Chaos Emerald somewhere in this city.
Yeah, find the Chaos Emerald, which is the neutral path.
Let's show the black creatures.
And defeating the black creatures, which... Really? That's the term we're going with? Okay. These explosions can harm you, by the way, so they can be a bit annoying. Now, I'm going to go with the neutral path for now, I think. Actually, if you want to leave a comment, send me a tweet on what path I should take. I'm going to start with the neutral path for the first run through, but I'll definitely be reading comments and stuff before I do another playthrough. So let me know which one I should do next. That'll be an ongoing thing until I record it. I might put up a Twitter poll if I decide to do it earlier than I intended. But yeah, so the controls are pretty much the same as in Sonic Heroes, meaning they're very floaty. You can turn a little better because Shadow's has slower acceleration than Sonic did. So like you can actually kind of maneuver, but the camera is kind of worse because it kind of zooms out in an attempt to give you a better view on what's going on, but it has the opposite effect.
Yeah, smash 'em up.
So we're gonna attack more ways. Whenever you attack, whenever you do a hero action or a dark side action, your blue or red bar fills up, and they can let you do chaos moves, which is good.
Nice job, Shadow.
Which is why you get the Chaos Emerald as early as you get it, by the way. Although you can actually unlock Chaos powers before you get the Chaos Emerald because the game didn't think that much. The aliens bleed green. That's actually a real fun anecdote because in the oh, there we go. So I just got a Chaos Blast, which means I attacked enough good guys. I'm gonna show you what that does in 1 second. Gotta have some more enemies. Okay, well this is a pretty good spot, I guess. Yeah, so we just kill everything in sight with that. I gotta be careful because even though I don't have the dark side objective or activated, actually the hero side objective activated, you can still win on the dark side of things. And this is the chaos control, which basically freezes time and just moves forward.
Come on, let's do it.
The weapon I have now is an alien assault rifle, and oh shit, and it's actually pretty good as a starter weapon. I find, at least. I've always liked this weapon.
I don't know who or what these black creatures are, but we can't let them get away with this.
Sonic, please don't use the term black creatures. It sounds really bad, wrong. Oh yeah, there's vehicles. These are most. How do I move forward? I actually don't know. Okay, like with A. Okay, that's what A was leaving. Vehicles are mostly useless, to be honest. They give you some armor, which is nice, but they're slower than Shadow. Although the motorcycle is really good, which is probably why they kept the motorcycle for Sonic 06. They kept the buggy as well, but they gave it a bunch of like extra weapon stuff to make it decent. Yeah, so here's a neutral ending. Just the Chaos Emerald.
Hey, Shadow, there are still some black creatures left to take out.
I don't know why Sonic is not fighting like with the army. Seems like he'd be the first one to go and find out what the black creatures were attacking for, but oh well. So that's basically the gameplay structure. The normal missions are almost always just move forward to the end, and we're going to get a map of the paths we can take now. I think. Maybe there's a cutscene first. Oh, there's a cutscene first. Right. So here's another antagonist. the GGN commander. He is a ridiculous character. And a big part of Shadow's retcon.
6 major cities around the world, and every city is reporting significant damage and casualties. Among them, Westopolis has received the heaviest casualties due to its weakened defense system. Downtown Westopolis has been almost completely destroyed. Unconfirmed sources have also reported seeing a black hedgehog in Westopolis.
Shadow? Deploy the troops now! And if you find Shadow with the black aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't Shadow on our
I
side?
gave you an order, soldier. He's evil and he's the enemy. You can't
Okay.
me, Shadow. This time, you're mine.
Yeah, so that guy is just kind of a terrible character. But it's okay. He's not in it too much. So the thing is, the reason they're called black creatures is that they're meant to look like Shadow, like black and red. But for some reason they made them like grayish blue rather than black. So it makes no sense to call them black creatures or black aliens or anything like that.
The situation here, do you? Perhaps Professor Gerald has done more to your memory than I imagined.
This is interesting right here. They suggest Professor Gerald did something to his memory, which he hasn't. That's never brought up again.
What'd you say?
Silence! The ramifications of your disobedience will be severe.
In fact, they never really properly explain why Shadow has memories. So here's the mission screen. Depending on what path we go forward to a different stage. And there are 10 endings, we're gonna get all 10 endings to get the true ending. Here's Clifford Canyon, which is probably my favorite stage in the game, actually.
Where am I?
One of the reasons I like this game, and I'm gonna get into it on this map, is I really like the level design. Every level, well, almost every level, has a very unique style to it, both art-wise and just how you progress through it. And it gets some really nice variety. Like, this has a more traditional Sonic style to it. Like, almost every Sonic game has a level in a ruin, you know? And it's nice. I think it's really nice. I think there are 2 stages with this theme, for example. And there's like 3 city stages, and we'll see like evil lava-based stages and stuff as well. We wish you could turn off the camera moving behind you like that.
Look out behind you! Alright, that's it!
This was the game where they changed the voice cast from Ryan Drummond and friends to the 4Kids theme. Team, not theme. So we have Jason Griffith doing Shadow, we have Dan Green and Knuckles there, who's more famous for doing Yami in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I believe.
Looks like those little things are aliens too. Guess that means they're fair game.
The game's also really fast, actually. When you play neutral maps, you just move forward. It's basically one of the faster 3D Sonic games, not counting the one with boost elements. Which is why I feel like if this game had better controls, if it had like Sonic 2 controls and a better camera, I think much more people would like playing it. Because like the actual like design. Oh, we got a machine gun. The shadow boxes gives you special weapons that you get for unlocking the various endings. Every ending, every second ending gives you a new weapon. The reason I switched to Knuckles as my teammate, even though I'm not playing Hero Side Story, is that Black Doom doesn't actually do anything to help you. None of the bad guys do. Both Black Doom and Eggman just kind of fly around and annoy you. And the Hero Side characters actually attack enemies, which can be useful. Also, it lets me keep track to make sure I don't accidentally finish the Hero Side mission.
Ah! The pillar's rolling this way! Help! We're being sucked in!
Visually, this game isn't that amazing. It's actually kind of ugly. I mean, I would say it's prettier than Sonic Heroes, but not by much. it's definitely not as pretty as Sonic Adventure 2 was for its time, or even Sonic Adventure 1 for its time. Actually, like it has some, like the tornado looks terrible, and even compared to Sonic Adventure 1 on Dreamcast, it looks terrible. And I'm not really sure what happened when Sega went with Renderware, which is the graphics engine they're using for this and Heroes. But I don't know, they were not good at creating visually impressive stuff in there. It also doesn't run that well. It runs good on Xbox and GameCube, but the PS2 versions, for example, PS2 version of Heroes and Shadow are near unplayable. Like, don't play them. Period. Oh, I ran out of... Yeah, we can use melee combat as well, by the way, so I'm gonna pick up this sword right here. The checkpoints in this game you can teleport between, so you can actually teleport back to earlier checkpoints in case you missed out on something for a mission. Which is, you know, that's nice. I'm actually kind of surprised they thought about that, because... I mean, if you've played bad Sonic games, which is, you know, this is known as one of the worst ones. But if you've played bad Sonic games, then you know that they tend to not think about obvious stuff. But I look at that tornado, it's just nothing. I guess at least the textures are quite high quality. A bit too high quality, it looks ridiculous when you're from afar. Alright, that's the next Chaos Emerald. Pretty much the neutral path is mostly collect a Chaos Emerald and then pick a good or bad ending to the neutral path. Out of which both are pretty bad, to be honest. Like, none of them are really hero-esque. Oh, an A rank.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, that's why I like Shadow the Hedgehog. I feel like the actual gameplay and level, rather the levels specifically, are actually pretty good. And I feel this game, this would have been a very easy game to fix up to like really high quality status. Like an HD re-release of this that just fine-tune the controls and fix the camera would have been really fun. I think it would have been remembered as like a actual fun game if we just had those fixes. This was released in 2005, by the way, so 11 years ago. And yeah, it doesn't have widescreen. I mean, I know it was on Xbox and GameCube and PS2, but come on, it was 05. So here's a fun plot hole. When was that photo taken? Shadow died in Sonic Adventure 2 and was the enemy until the end. And he's been in hiding from people since then, so when was that photo taken? Did the president, like, find other hedgehogs to pose or something? I don't know. That photo, believe it or not, that photo has been debated for years by Sonic fans. That's just how it works, and people have tried their best to make it work. And people have looked into, like, oh, well, maybe it took place during Sonic Battle, and they made it work when they fought Emerl, and like they really want to make that photo work, and I'm one of them, but it doesn't work. It's a fun little note. Right now we're in the middle of the map. We're going to move backwards later for... I think it's backwards to move. To start the map. They just put this cutscene in the middle of the map for some reason. They do that a few times.
What?
They do it in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Heroes as well.
I somehow escaped.
Sonic Adventure 2 is the most obvious one, which just does it for both Shadow and Sonic in Green Forest and White Jungle. He just puts them in the middle of the map and then teleports them. So, okay, that's how I speed up. I hadn't grinded ground? Grinded. Is it ground? I hadn't grinded a rail, sounds wrong. Hello, Charmy. So I think Charmy doesn't attack enemies either, so I'm just gonna put them on neutral. Because I would rather not listen to Charmy. Oh, I guess we'll do like this. Yay, rings. So these are interesting. If we jump on them, we get a boost. Don't ask me how that works, because I don't know. So, there we go. Okay. the guns are actually not that useful for most types of enemies. They're really useful for bosses, and that's about it.
To hover above the ground, but it doesn't seem to go that high.
There we go. So in this stage I can actually kill as many black aliens as I want, because the hero mission is to find data discs, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah, Shadow can grab onto ledges, which is often more annoying than useful. He can also run on walls, which is actually useful. At least this game is mostly like bug-free. It doesn't have as many issues with as most other 3D Sonic games. It works quite decently with what it wants to do. Like, I don't think I've ever like been thrown off the map in this game, for example. Like, unless I've just jumped off the map, which happens. But like, there's never been like a case of like in Sonic Heroes when like, oh sorry, this loop decided to just kill you. I'm so glad I'm not playing Sonic Heroes anymore. Like, I'll be perfectly honest, one of the reasons this took so long to play was not just that it was hard to record properly. It was also that after Sonic Heroes, I just kind of needed a break, you know. I was actually gonna... My idea was to be done with this game before June, so I could do Sonic 06 for the birthday. But I decided, nah, I would rather wait with Sonic 06 until later this year anyway. I actually have a guest for Sonic 06 planned, which is fun. She asked me directly, like, can I be on Sonic 06? And I was like, well, yeah, sure. There's no reason you can't. I don't know why you would want to, but I mean... That game I'm actually looking forward to, though, because even though this game I actually like, Sonic 06 I don't like, but I do find it very fascinating and interesting. And I'm definitely in the it's not as bad as some people make it out to be category. It's absolutely ridiculously mega awful, but it's not like the worst game ever made. It's not even close to it. Maybe it's just that I've played a lot of bad games, you know. I think that's part of it. Like, I feel that as a game developer, one of the best things you can do is play bad games and learn from them. Same thing with movies. Like, if you're trying to write a script, watch a film with a bad script and learn from that. Because if you just look at good stuff, you're just gonna try and ape it and not be, and you're not gonna end up not as good. If you look at bad stuff, you're gonna learn what to avoid. And even more importantly, you might learn just, okay, how did this go wrong? How can I prevent myself from making the same mistake when I try to do something good? And Sonic 06 is going to be an interesting time with that. So, looking forward to that a lot, actually. It's also a game that I haven't actually finished. I do try and finish every Sonic game. Sonic 06 is one of the very few ones I haven't finished because I couldn't. Like, I actually tried. The only Sonic games I haven't tried to finish, there are two of them. Are Sonic 4 Episode 2. I hated Sonic 4 Episode 2, and Sonic and the Black Knight, which I just... Hate is a strong word, but like, I didn't care for it at all. So I just kind of didn't bother. But Sonic 06, I tried to finish that game, and it gets ridiculously hard, mostly due to bullshit, too. We'll see if I can finally finish that game.